When we think of extinct animals, we generally think about the dinosaurs, the dodo birds, and the woolly mammoth. Unfortunately, there are plenty of animals that have gone extinct far more recently. In fact, animal populations across the world have declined by almost 70% over the last 50 years. Not only are many animals now facing the threat of extinction and classified as being incredibly endangered, but many of them have, sadly, already lost their chance at surviving. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button to help us out. Now, here are 10 animals that went extinct in 2020. Number 10. JALPA brook salamander. The JALPA brook salamander was once incredibly common in Guatemala, as the name would imply, especially in the JALPA region. There are a few pictures of the JALPA brook salamander available, as they were a reclusive species. They would lay their clutch in the highlands of the JALPA region, and then the female would remain and guard the eggs. They could reach between 10 and 14 inches long and were considered to be a type of lungless salamander. Like others in the brook salamander family, the JALPA brook salamander was nocturnal. Rather than poaching or disease, these animals were killed due to human invasions of their land. The JALPA brook salamander used to live inside of trees and fallen wood. Due to the extensive logging in the region, their territory was significantly destroyed to a point where the species could no longer survive there. Number 9. Smooth handfish. The smooth handfish went extinct in 2020 and is one of the only species that have received media attention in regards to the announcement. These fish lived off the coast of Tasmania. Like other handfish, their front fins allowed them to walk in the ocean floor and largely resembled human appendages. While there are other species of handfish in the region, they are considered to be critically extinct. Handfish are considered to be a type of anglerfish. They have a pear-shaped body covered in small, tooth-like scales and could grow to be just shy of 6 inches large. Many would think that as the local fishery is no longer running, the handfish would be able to survive as a species. Unfortunately, they are still in danger from habitat destruction, pollution, and even bycatch, when unwanted fish like the handfish are captured in commercial fishing nets by mistake. Number 8. Lord Howe long-eared bat. The Lord Howe long-eared bat was officially declared extinct in 2020. Strangely enough, there's almost no data existing about this species of bat. That's because there is only one known specimen of it to have ever been found. In 1972, a skull of this bat series was found on Lord Howe Island, hence its name was given. It was thought to be an insectivorous species, much like other types of long-eared bats, many of which can be found in Australia. If only one skull has ever been found, why was it only marked as extinct in 2020? Because conservationists were hoping that it was simply a reclusive species and might resurface again. Due to the fact that it takes so long and such a large amount of effort to mark a species as officially extinct, it's thought that there could be thousands of plants and animals who are no longer found anywhere in the world but are still listed as critically endangered. Number 7. Splendid poison frog. The splendid poison frog is one of 3 frog species to have been declared extinct in 2020. Originally from Panama, the bright red coloring of the frog made it highly sought after by those looking to own exotic pets. While there's a chance that a splendid poison frog might still exist in a private terrarium somewhere, there's no way of finding out, and in the wild, they are well and truly extinct. Like other poison dart frogs, they acquired high humidity levels in their environment. One of the main reasons this species and other frogs as well have recently started to go extinct is due to an uprising of a disease called chytridiomycosis. This is a highly infectious disease that damages the skin of amphibians. It has been linked to the increasing decline in the numbers of amphibious species around the world. Number 6. Lost shark. The lost shark, also known as the false small-tail shark, was a very rare species of requiem shark. Like other requiem shark species, the lost shark had very round eyes and 5 gill slits. They were borderline nocturnal and had a diet of squids, turtles, marine mammals, and unfortunately garbage. It was thought that the sea pollution played a large hand in the extinction of the lost shark species. It was known to exist in the South China Sea. Over the years, only 3 lost shark specimens have ever been found. All 3 lost sharks were over 80 years old and were located in Vietnam, Thailand, and Borneo. We're now halfway through our video. If you're still with us, comment extinct down below. Number 5. BONIN pipistrelle bat. The BONIN pipistrelle bat has been watched by conservationists for years. It was thought to have died out years ago until one single bovine pipistrelle bat was found. This bat, the last of its kind, passed away in 2020, marking the complete and total extinction of the BONIN pipistrelle bats. It was also known to live in Japan, and it was a very small species of bat. Like many bats, the BONIN pipistrelle bat was a reclusive creature, already severely endangered by the time of its discovery in 1915. As such, not much is known about its species. It was thought to have an average lifespan of between 10 and 15 years and was sometimes referred to as Sturdy's pipistrelle. Number 4. CHITALA lopis. The CHITALA lopis fish was endemic to the island of Java southeast of Malaysia and south of Borneo. They were a member of the featherback fish species, of which several other species still exist. They were known for their long, knife-like bodies. Often, they could be found in still water such as lakes or river backwaters, and they required very low amounts of oxygen. The CHITALA lopis fish was wiped out by several factors. The most important was the fact that their habitats have become increasingly polluted in the last several years. When this was paired with the almost complete deforestation around the rivers in which the CHITALA lopis fish lived, it was just too much on the species and they could not be sustained. Number 3. Mites. Taking up space all on its own is the news that 15% of mite species were marked as extinct in 2020. That might not say much, but it means that hundreds of thousands of mite species have been marked as extinct in a single year. This is largely due to the extinction of many plants and vertebrates that were important to the mite survival. Mites are an incredibly important part of the natural ecosystem. In fact, they even are beneficial to the human ecosystem. This is because the large majority of mite species are what's known as beneficial decomposers. They break down organic matter. This process is what creates more nutrients for plants to use. Mites go extinct at the same time as the animal or plant on which they're attached to, such as the 6 species of mites that went extinct at the same time as the Carolina parakeet, and the many plants, over 50 different species of plant, to have gone extinct in 2020. Number 2. Spined dwarf mantis. The spined dwarf mantis used to live in central Italy. The fact that it was officially marked as complete in 2020 sets an alarming picture for other praying mantises on the endangered species list. Even with 5 eyes and the ability to rotate its head 180 degrees, the spined dwarf mantis couldn't see its end coming. These small insects lived in the shrublands of the region. In fact, it was endemic to the area, meaning that it has never been found outside of central Italy. Like many praying mantises, the spined dwarf mantis was an ambush hunter. It mainly fed off of ants, lizards, and bees, though it had been noted as occasionally eating smaller hummingbirds. They are best known for their thick, long front legs, which are lined with spikes and meant to grasp insects. In fact, it's these legs that give them the name praying mantis due to the collapsed appearance. You're nearly at the end of our video. Before we continue, make sure you're subscribed. That way you'll always be notified of our future videos. Number 1. Pass-stuffed foot toad. The pass-stuffed foot toad was endemic to Costa Rica. They were constantly nocturnal and spent their days in burrows and hiding in the brush. They were known to hibernate in the winter, much like species of toads. The males grew to only be 1.5 inches large, and the females were slightly larger at 1.7 inches. The males were often duller in color, ranging from blue-gray to a greenish-black, and the females had a lighter limed color area. They lived in the stream margins of pre-montane and lower-montane rainforests. It's thought that the climate change, pollution, and the pet trade are what drove its numbers into first being critically endangered, whereas the chytridiomycosis infection is what finally finished it off. Hey, thanks for watching. Want to suggest a video or have something to say? Let us know in the comments section below. Check out our wildlife playlist for more videos like this one.